Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're starting a new series called Beyond the Surface. In this series, we're going to take a look at the history of some of my favorite brands and how they've come about to be where they are today. I've been really excited to start this series as I've always had an interest in the history of fashion and how the big labels have come about. But today's episode, the first episode, is going to be about none other than Prada. Now, who is Prada? I'm sure we've all heard the name, and most of us either own something or want something from this brand. For me, it's these sunglasses. Well, I'm here to take us into a more in-depth view of the brand's history, starting right at the beginning. Prada was founded at the turn of the 20th century in 1913 by Mario Prada. That same year was the opening of their first store in Milan at the well-known Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, or the second. I'm not too sure on the name, sorry. At this time, they only sold bags, trunks, steamers, and other leather products. The brand continually gained popularity until 1919 when they were really thrown in the spotlight. They were awarded the honored title of the official supplier for the Italian royal house, also known as the Italian royal family. And that is just how Prada got their distinctive triangle logo displaying the House of Savoy coat of arms. An ode to the Italian aristocracy, they have kept this same logo since. Mario Prada is responsible for founding one of the most iconic brands today, although he did have his controversies. The main one being that he believed women should not be in the workplace. Ironically, his son had no interest in taking over the family business, and so in the 1950s, he had to pass it down to his daughter, Luisa Prada. Luisa's takeover was met with outstanding results over the years. She transitioned the brand away from tailoring and more into ocean liner and airline travel. She was married to a man, Luigi Bianchi, who they shared a daughter together with, Maria Bianchi. Maria was born in 1949. She earned a PhD in political sciences from the University of Milan and joined the family business as early as the age of 21. She started out designing luxury handbags and luggage for Prada, and 8 years after she joined the business, when Prada were reporting annual sales of $450,000, Luisa followed in her father's footsteps and handed the business down to her daughter. During this takeover, Maria not only envisioned a new era for the brand, but also for herself, legally changing her name to Miuccia Prada, the woman we all know today. It only took her 1 year in charge before she started releasing her own lines of products in 1979. But it was the 80s when she really helped the brand take off. In 1983, they opened up a set of boutiques in the likes of Milan, London, Paris, Madrid, New York, and Tokyo. Then in 1985, Prada released new designs for the fashion handbag. The handbags featured black nylon and introduced understated labeling. These handbags really had the it factor because at the time, everyone felt it was what they needed. She followed up this wave of hype behind the brand with a new line of women's wear and designer footwear, which increased the brand's stature as the release was not only a hit with the consumer, but also the critics. Prada's first fall/winter collection premiered on the catwalk in Milan in 1988. The public, intrigued by the dropped waistlines and the narrow belts, fell in love with the brand. Prada's clean lines, luxurious fabrics, and color selections were something to behold as they quickly became one of the most coveted brands by the 90s. This was helped by their retail expansion in 1991, where they opened up more stores in the likes of New York City, China, and Japan. And 10 years on, in 2001, they opened up a boutique in the Broadway epicenter. Miuccia also realized that she wanted to share her passion for art with the world. Alongside her husband, Patrizio Bertelli, they conceived the idea to develop art exhibitions, along with architecture, performing arts, cinema, and philosophy projects. Their vision soon became what we now know as Fondazione Prada, an institution that celebrates art and culture. If you'd like me to do a more in-depth video covering Fondazione Prada, then please drop a comment down below. Miuccia is still the current head designer at Prada and continues to stun the world with her creative designs. This is also showcased through Prada's immense growth during her time at the company. Beginning with annual sales of $450,000 in 1978, Miuccia has helped the brand grow to have annual sales of over $3.38 billion as of 2016, with that number ever increasing. Prada today have also acquired a few smaller brands, such as Pasticceria Marchesi, Miu Miu, and Church. This shows that however much influence we believe Prada has in the fashion industry, they actually have a lot more than we realize. In 2018, they relaunched the classic Prada Linea Rossa to wide acclaim, introducing more sports designs into their collection. They've also used this brand name for a sponsorship with the Italian Luna Rossa, which is an America's Cup boat team. If you don't know what the America's Cup is, it's the World Championship of Sailing, which my country, New Zealand, is currently the defending champions of. I currently work for a brand called OPSM, which is owned by a company called Luxottica. Now, a lot of you have probably never heard of Luxottica, or if you have no idea what they're about. Luxottica own the licensing and branding rights for a lot of major brands eyewear, such as Chanel, Burberry, Ray-Bans, Tiffany & Co., and of course, Prada. The list goes on, and I could talk about this all day, but we're not here to talk about Luxottica today. Prada have also leased their licensing to L'Oreal for fragrances. Now, I don't know too much about this partnership, so I'm not going to comment on it yet, but if you'd like to know more about it, please drop a comment below and I'll get to researching. Back in 2015, Prada released their website, csr.pradagroup.com. This website was used to create transparency with their consumers and to promote their efforts for sustainable development within the company. There are three main sections to this website: know-how, places, and culture. They report on their social commitment on every level to the company. This includes the likes of personnel, working conditions, facilities, the impact of manufacturing on the environment, and so on. If you want to check out this website to see more about how Prada are working towards a sustainable future, I'll link it down below. At this point in time, Prada are definitely my favorite luxury brand. Their products range from some beautiful minimalistic designs to some more wacky, fun, out there designs, yet somehow always have that nice, clean, sleek look to them. They have continually stunned the fashion world with their designs and have become so influential that almost everyone, whether they're into fashion or not, love the brand. Prada are over 100 years old and have really become one of the most internationally renowned brands. Anyway guys, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed making this video and learning more about Prada myself, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about them too. If you have any suggestions for future videos or just want to let me know your thoughts, then please drop a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.